Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another video. Welcome back to Grimrock. My computer issues are over. We are happy, we are done. So, man, we can finally start regularly playing again. I plan to record this with you guys now and basically run off and marathon the poop out of this game, and I'm really looking forward to it. I promised you guys the cash though. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make some pretty cool progress and get out of this map by the end of this episode. So we'll be moving on from the Forgotten River. One thing I did want to point out, I've once again looked at old secrets and stuff we may have missed. There was one other thing, well, two sort of. Down in the lake here, basically almost exactly where this bridge had broken, there was actually this crate, this box, would you believe it? And to open this up, you'll actually notice, it was just down there on the riverbed, a golden key. So I did collect this off screen a second ago. I also rearranged our inventory, sorted some cool stuff out, and here you'll notice we got more leather stuff, which maybe I'll put on Loto Pafo, but currently he doesn't have light armor proficiency, so it might not be a great idea. But check it out. So this is Jonker's inventory right now. A few of you mentioned he doesn't really need the horn equipped, so he's our torch holder now, which makes a lot more sense. I'm waiting with this ancient helm to start equipping loads of heavy armor on him later, I guess. He's still got the skull. He's fully decked out in leather stuff now, which is pretty cool. And he's got a whole bunch of food. I'm actually going to eat some of this right now just to level him up before we go in and give him that next tick into heavy weapons, which will unlock his special ability on his hammer, which we can now identify. And this has a 30% chance of stunning people. It's also a very powerful blow. I swear to you guys, and I hope I get something in the region again, I critical hit with this earlier for over 200 damage. I did like 250 damage. Jonker is going insane right now. He's already level 8 compared to everyone else who are still just on level 5, which is crazy. And he's got enough food to level again, but we'll hold that for there. So yeah, I just did a little bit of fishing. Let's have a look at Loto Pafo. He's now got the horn on him, still all the generic miscellaneous stuff. This note from the trickster after he disappeared in our fierce battle before. He's got these leggings, but I'm going to leave the leather pants on for now, because really all this does is give us one more protection and then drop our evasion massively, so it's not a good idea. He's still got the bombs, and he's got a couple of backup torches here too, which is awesome. Over here to Tikrit, he's got all of his alchemy stuff going on. Not too much is different. Still some throwing knives. Maybe I'll throw those away eventually. And the crossbow quarrels we collected last episode. And Sanon, all of his spell scrolls. This enchanted lightning rod we haven't used just yet. And that's pretty much it. Let's head on into the cache. And as many of you have predicted, this is going to be a small place where we can get some loot. Really worthwhile checking out. I love the tile set in here. The really cool thing, I freaked out when I first saw this. The really cool thing is there's a bunch of rattlings in here, and some of them are actually kind of interesting in ways you wouldn't expect before. That guy's going to continue throwing knives, as we've seen before. Let's try and use our big warhammer blow on him, shall we? Oh, no, it missed! Jonker has little enough energy that basically if he misses with that, he can only do it the once. But look at that rattling there around the corner. Look at him. He's got a freaking gun. Oh my god, our torch is going out. That's not good. This guy will actually shoot us. Look at this. And he does some hefty damage with it too. If anyone you really want to quickly dispose of, it's probably this guy. A poison field would have been quite nice. He's running away. We've got a bit of range damage too. Come on, chase him down. Whew, and he's dead. You'll notice that there is another rattling over there, though. Jonker, I'm going to get rid of your torch here, bro, because it's just a little bit too dark. Jonker does still have a potion available. I guess I should probably just drink that now. With the spade nearby. Can't have Jonker the farmer not without his spade. And here we'll just sort of attack this guy. You will have noticed, though, if you're a keen eye, behind us are some more rats, but not rats that we've really seen before. These are a new variety of enemy, very mechanically interesting. This guy actually drops pellets, as you'll see, and there's even some more on the floor here. But check these rats out. Look at them. And they will attack us, but you can walk over them. That's what they'll do. They'll try and swarm you. Now, missile weapons will just fly right over their heads and not do any damage. You're going to need to use spells or some kind of melee damage to actually get down and do any damage to them. What you can really find, it's very unfortunate when you come into the cache, and this has happened to me before. You walk in, and you've got all of these rattlings shooting you from all corners, and then these guys are swarming underneath you as well. It means that whole idea of, like, cornering yourselves so that they can't hit everyone doesn't even work that well, because the little rats come up and get in your face and they're just all horrible. Anyway, here you'll see we've got a gold key. So that's actually 2 gold keys now. One from the riverbed and one from in here. Now, if you also remember, upstairs, there was a keyhole near the entrance to the hub with that weird force field. So, you guys get to have some more decisions here. Since so many of you really enjoyed it before, I will let you choose what we do with one of these gold keys, okay? Just one of them. So we have a bunch of options here in the cache. We can keep coming back here time and time again every time we get a gold key and try and open as many of these gates as possible. Or we can just start spending them on later secrets. It's totally up to us, but check it out. So, you guys get to choose where one of these goes. We've got the Paladin's Cache. I can tell you straight away that in there we get some very cool gear for Junker, basically. A flaming sword, very interesting. Over here we have the Archers, I think it's called. The Thief's Cache, sorry. Which is probably the one I'm about to open. You'll notice there's a bow on the floor in there. There seem to be some arrows and a potion. Down here, we get the Conjurer's Cache. This, of course, would be Sanon's room, I guess, then. And in here, you can find a magical artifact that allows you to cast spells and create light around yourself, which is also a spell in the game later, but I'm going to be demonstrating that to you guys when we actually learn it. So we could open up that. And also, not to be missed, here you've got some bread. Not to be missed, all the way down here is another one called the Snake Charmer's Cache. This one's really weird. You might have expected it to be some other like typical fantasy kind of class down there, but no, this has a bunch of stuff that protects you against venomous stuff, and bear in mind we'll be going to a bog pretty soon. And also there's a rope on the floor. The rope is a really cool mechanic in this game where if you have that rope, you can climb safely down trapdoors. Yes, that's really big, really important. So maybe we want that. It's totally up to you guys. As I said, I have one key, and maybe this is a mistake. I don't know, but I do want to go into the Thief Cache here. This is pretty much best for Tikrit, you'll see. I like to think of it as Tikrit's room. You guys can decide with the other key, but here we'll get the Crookhorn longbow, upgrade our bow already, so we're going to just throw that away. This thing has more damage. It's 8 to 24 plus dex, which is really good. Here's the old one for comparison. Slightly longer cooldown, you'll notice. I actually kind of like the longer cooldown stuff because it gives you more time to fiddle around with other things in your inventory, more time to use actual special attacks which have like charge up times. And otherwise, it's pretty much the same. It's the same special attack. The flavor text reads, a powerful bow made from the horns of the Crookhorn ram. Really cool. What's even cooler though, perhaps, is the fact we get 2 lockpicks. There's plenty of chests that we want to use those on right now. And a whole bunch more broadhead arrows, up to 9. That's pretty much all we're going to need. And a potion as well, a speed potion. So that's cool. Sanon leveled up as well. We're just going to keep pummeling into fire magic here. I say we finish off fire magic. We get that nice completionist, you know, yay, we're done with fire magic. Then we'll move on to other things. At the end of the day, we've already got concentration too, so that allows us to cast some of the, you know, miscellaneous spells as we learn them, like this one. So that's always going to be useful. And that's pretty much the cache, guys. So 3 doors in there, or the door that's out here with the force field near the hub, which is where I'm going to take us to very briefly now, that we can open up and clearly has some kind of magical item on it, okay? So it's totally up to you what we spend this last gold key on. Just let me know in the comments and I'll take the most the most popped up answer or the most convincing argument. I appreciate everyone voted for the cache last episode. We didn't even go into the cache in that episode, but yeah. I'm taking us to the hub here to take us back to Shipwreck Beach. One thing I think is kind of interesting is if you listen very closely as we come through this teleporter. Does it sound like a door is shutting there to you guys as we come through? It totally sounds like a door is shutting. See, I think maybe when we go through one of these teleporters, it's opening up this door here in the hub. And then maybe we're supposed to race there before it closes. And if we use the teleport to come back, it's shutting on its own. Kind of an interesting idea. Oh, look, sunrise. Beautiful. And I haven't really confirmed that or not yet. I've not actually played far enough in the game yet to see what happens when you get into that door, if you just get into it normally yet or not. So that's kind of interesting. That will change after this episode though, because as I said, I'm going to marathon and play super far ahead in the game, because it's a crime that I've spent so long and haven't actually even completed the damn thing just yet. So we'll continue on. The reason I've taken us back here is someone mentioned I did miss a secret back at the end of the dungeon here, right at the end of the dungeon. Something very small, very basic. But it is important when it comes to Tikrit's armor set here, the reed stuff. I feel almost a little bit embarrassed I missed this, but right here where we learnt about the spell to create, you know, the big force field, here is just a secret button on the wall. And I totally missed it, but it will open up this doorway here. No enemies inside, some crates that we can bash open, and on the floor here you got the reed cuirass. So we could have got this one first. So this cuirass, crafted out of reeds grown on the banks of Serpent River, can withstand far more powerful strikes and slashes than one would expect from its looks. So we'll get that. The embalmer's robe I kind of want to keep. Maybe we'll leave that in the hub somewhere. But yeah, so now we're just missing the shoes, and I'm very, very confident we haven't missed the shoes anywhere important, yeah, or we haven't missed any secrets. More pellets, as you can see, if you were using a firearms guy. Secrets that give you pellets are like the best things in the damn world. There also appears to be a torch. Oh, it's burnt out. Okay, cool. Okay, we're back, and just to remind you guys down here, now that we've got these 2 lockpicks, we can use these to get into some of these locked chests. This was the one that I marked jokingly in a previous episode that it had utter poop in it. Well, let's have a look. That's one of our lockpicks done. Ah, well, here we go. The Thralum tribal leggings. These we've been wanting for a while. More Thralum stuff for Sanon. I've noticed as well. It's not actually Thralum, is it? It's Thralum. But that's an interesting word to say. Energy +5, protection +3. Thralm tribesmen are widely feared due to their fighting style, which combines magic with ruthless hand-to-hand combat. Very fitting for a battle mage such as Sanon, and here we'll just throw that in there. And even better, on the left now, we also get the rogue gloves, which are great for Loto Pafo here. So the fingers of these gloves are covered with a thin layer of gumtree nectar for enhanced grip. Now, I have looked up, and we'll put these over here, I have looked up these achievements for getting full armor sets of specific armor. Turns out, in truth, there's only a few of those for really end game armor, so we don't have to worry too much. But the rogue set is one that you will get an achievement for getting the full set, so that's kind of cool. All right, so we've done that. That chest is now open. Now this was the other one, wasn't it? There was no, we opened that locked one. I guess this one over here was the other one. No, but we opened that. Does that mean we're all up to date with the chests? That surprises me. I thought we were missing one. But okay, no, that's fine. I'll be happy with that. This exclamation mark I put in the water here, this was where we got that crate with the gold key, so that's kind of cool. Alright guys, that's pretty much everything. I'll be surprised if we're missing stuff at this point. Let's head to the Shrine of Pain. You don't have to worry about drowning too much. Sanon does have to worry about starving, so there you go, you can have that. I really think bread would be the best, like the good racial food for humans, but I just don't think it is. They just don't seem to have one, which kind of sucks. Maybe bread is a little bit too common. Alright, here we go. So, the Shrine of Pain. Now, first of all, you'll notice straight away there is a cave underwater there. That was the first one I ever showed you guys. However, there is like a very slight little story thing someone warned me about, and I will point out, if you go through that cave into the map to the north of this, so we've got the bog to the south, if you remember, so there's something to the north. If you were to go through that cave, you'll miss a very slight little bit of the story. So instead, I would recommend you enter that map through the Shrine of Pain instead. I mean, it can be pretty painful going through that underwater cave anyway, because it's such a long swim you have to do. You can easily drown. But how the hell do we get through this? Well, the marker here just says that this is the Shrine of Pain. Very little else. So, here we go. If I remember correctly, this is how we do it. We wait for it to pass there, and then we come over here, then we wait, then we pull the switch, then we wait. And then we come over here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes. Woo. You won't actually die if those spikes manage to hit you, but it can be kind of scary. That's the pattern you need to do. I'm actually surprised I got through that without taking any damage at all. And here we find a note. And you always know when there's that seal on it that we rip open that's from the Island Master. I love that like little seal there because it kind of shows you may be the first person reading this. So, this says, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm hopeful that my little trap only broke a few bones and that you're still able to proceed on your heroic journey. The Island Master. Wow, what a douchebag. On my first time through here, I was so weak when I got to this point. I was like almost dead because of these friggin' traps. And then I made a big mistake, which I'll talk to you guys in a second about. Once we've done that, though, if you come down here, you'll notice a very small little hidden switch. Really, really well concealed. That's the first one of its kind we've seen in the game so far. But if you manage to press that hidden right there near the plant, you can move along. Here's the other chest that I knew we needed a lockpick for. And you can unlock this chest for another secret. So here we get a shield potion. I'm actually going to put the shield potion on Jonker. I just think it'll be useful. And a very cool item here. These are the Bear Claw Gauntlets. These powerful enchanted gauntlets are rumored to be made from the severed paws of a polymorphed bear cult shaman. Wow. We will put these onto Jonker. These give you strength +4. That is a huge boost. Immense. And here we get even more gloves, but I don't think anyone needs these anymore. Nope. So I guess we can just throw these gloves away. Those were protection. Yeah, so they were the same. These are amazing, and this is why I managed to crit for so high. let's see if it happens again. We'll move along. Also, I guess, you know, every now and then you might just want to save your game. Not hinting at anything. But before, I walked around this corner on no health, and then this friggin' guy came up and owned me. Oh, we only got 39 damage there. That was crazy. That's so much lower than I saw before. So this guy will ambush you, and this could be your death. Bear in mind, you can come here to the Shrine of Pain before you've even done the dungeon in Twigroot. You can, in theory, do Shipwreck Beach right at the start of this LP, kill the first boss, and just come up here straight away. You can just come see the castle and go straight through the Shrine of Pain, and here you are. And on one of my very first playthroughs with our very original party, I did do that just to check this place out. It was a long time ago I first came here, and needless to say, it was pretty dangerous and horrible. With that whole little thing here done, though, we can step on this pressure pad, which will allow us easy access through the Shrine of Pain in the future. And there's a blood drop mushroom here. You'll notice we have a new pathway we can go down. This is a way on land to move to the north. Oh my god, hello. Oh, and he's gone. And we see a visitor once again. And a little bit of a confirmation of the story here. There's two things we just saw that person we saw in the dungeon a long time ago put into this tree stump. One was a map of the island, which we can look at as we can see here. And the other is a message from the island master. So, it looks like that guy we saw in the dungeon, who can teleport around, do whatever the hell he wants, it seems, is the island master. Over there in the distance, you can see some pretty crazy looking stuff. There's, if we view our map here, you'll notice that we're currently at a place called Sleet Island. If we look at our in-game map, you'll see that this place is called Sleet Island. So, this is a map of the surrounding areas from Sleet Island. To the west, we have the ruins of Deseroon. To the east, we have the cemetery, which we heard of before. There's a hub location there, if you remember. And to the north, the Pyramid of Umus. Wow, so we do not just have a giant castle to explore to the south. Really far to the north, we even have a giant pyramid. And a weird structure in the middle of the island too. Well, he gave us a map, so is he on our side? Let's read. Dear visitor, please find attached the map of the island useful. I'd like to point out a few key locations to get you accustomed to your new home, although I'm afraid your stay on the island will be brief. My pets are awfully hungry, as always. If you glance to the north, you should see the Great Pyramid of Umus above the treetops. And in the west, you can find the ruins of Deseroon, a huge dungeon I've repurposed just for you. Beyond Deseroon, there are even older places, but you don't need to concern yourself with them because the challenges ahead will be way over your head. Finally, in the east, you can find the burial grounds, where some very interesting characters are buried. It's up to you to decide which of these locations will be your grave. Wow, so we now have a bunch more options once again, and we still haven't even been to the bog. I guess we'll start to tackle that one next time, guys. Do let me know where you want me to put this key, and I'll see you tomorrow.